done it. Yeah, like they didn't come to me. How you doing, man?
Wait a minute.
Good. I'm leaving that.
Good evening, citizens of Portsmouth, and welcome to our special call meeting. Looking forward to the discussion. Want to welcome all of the citizens that are in the room. Also want to acknowledge our city staff that is here with us, and want to acknowledge Mr. Carter, Stephen Carter, who is our city manager, Mr. Derek Challenger, our interim city attorney, and Ms. Deborah White. Of course, always want to acknowledge my colleagues here on council. And with that, I would ask that my colleagues on council please note your attendance electronically.
Six members of City Council are present.
Thank you, Ms. White. And look, before I turn it over to Mr. Carter, I want to say I'm really looking forward, and I hope that all my colleagues on council are looking forward to this presentation tonight. I see some old friends in the room, and as the Chief Visionary Officer, it's always good to see old friends that I've talked to about how our city can be better and how we can improve our city, and it's actually coming to fruition. But it couldn't get done without all of the folks that do the work in the city, in addition to our city council. We have a vision for Portsmouth, and the vision is about being a walkable city where we can enjoy retail, dining, and all the other amenities that are enjoyed by cities. And so I am excited about the opportunity to be here today and listen to what is going to be presented to us. With that, sir, I'll turn it over to Mr. Carter.
Thank you, man. Good evening, everyone. Mayor, council.
Good evening.
All of the members are of the audience. We have one item today, and that is the raise grant and the streetscape for our Lake District. Have our city attorney, not city attorney. Our city engineer, Mr. James Wright, who's going to lead this presentation for us. James? Thank you, sir.
You got a promotion.
Or demotion.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of City Council. In FY22, the City of Portsmouth was selected for Rebuilding American Infrastructure and Sustainability and Equity Grant. Purpose of this project and this grant is to implement improvements in the agreement with US DOT and FHWA along High Street between the MLK extension to Chestnut Street. These improvements will include a road diet, bike lanes, traffic signal upgrades, lighting upgrades, stormwater upgrades, replacement of water and sewer lines, and additional in the addition of municipal communication ducts to tie into our existing fiber infrastructure. The primary goal of this workshop tonight is to apply lessons learned from City Council's trip to Greenville, South Carolina, and the tour that they took while they were down there. This session aims to translate Greenville's success in multimodal safety and uniform streetscaping into a conceptual vision for corridor spanning from MLK down to Chestnut Street. With that, I will turn the presentation over to our team from VHB, Ms. Kirsten Tench, to go over the details for tonight's meeting. Thank you.
Welcome, Ms. Tench.
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome. Glad to be here tonight. We're going to have a very short presentation before we get to the interactive portion of this this evening. So Well, that didn't go well. Anybody know what happened to the person? There we go. All right. Let's try that way. All right. So good evening and welcome to tonight's High Street Innovation Corridor charrette. We're grateful to have this opportunity to be here with you tonight to really talk about what we would like to accomplish along the High Street corridor and get your perspective on this essential process. So it's about building a shared understanding of the corridor's needs and opportunities. We'll be exploring design concepts and alternatives together with a focus on identifying strategies that can revitalize the High Street corridor in a meaningful and long-lasting way. We're also here to hear from you about the guiding principles that should shape this design corridor. Your input will help us prioritize the improvements that will enhance safety, improve mobility, expand access, and of course, support long-term economic growth. As Mr. Wright mentioned, this corridor has undergone several preliminary studies, and including the development of the Rebuilding America Infrastructure with Sustainability and Equity, or the RAISE grant study. This effort explored a complete street opportunity for High Street and identified a series of design elements focused on improving safety, mobility, and overall user experience of the corridor, both motorized and non-motorized. The successful RAISE grant awarded $19.3 million in federal dollars toward the corridor improvements, supporting a project with a preliminary estimated cost of about $24.125 million. Design development is planned for spring and summer of '26, followed by a public hearing in late summer of '26, and going for advertisement in fall of '27, and then construction in 2028 through '30. The project is estimated to be completed by May of 2030. The RAISE grant included a proposed typical section shown on the screen, and you'll see it on some of the boards as we go around here tonight. The key features included a two-lane roadway with a raised median, parallel on-street parking, pedestrian combinations that were significantly enhanced, and with wider sidewalks, shared use path, and space for future streetscape amenities. And as we look at the boards, we'll go to different sections as we go around here tonight. You'll see some additional details that we can discuss at those stations. So based on your visit to Greenville and some conversations with the city engineer, we've looked at a couple of other options that we're bringing here tonight to present. So this first alternative includes angled parking on both sides of the road, that raised median, which increases the total amount of available parking spaces. However, this configuration does remove the on-street bike accommodations as well as a shared use path. This does allow us to work within the existing right-of-way, but as I said, it does reduce the overall usable sidewalk space available for the non-motorized users. The third option that we have here today is more of a hybrid of 1 and 2. It has angled parking on one side of the roadway. This does allow us to still increase the available parking and give us more usable handicap and hardscape and pedestrian space on the south side of the roadway. This expanded sidewalk zone can support business growth, including opportunities for outdoor dining, cafe seating, and enhanced streetscape amenities. This option can also be modified to incorporate the shared bike vehicular lanes, as well as, but that would impact the available cafe or outdoor seating areas. So the way the charrette is set up here tonight, we have 4 stations. They are looking at the alternative typicals that we just showed on the left-hand side, those alternatives 1, 2, 3. We have some interactive typicals, so we want you to come and say, what are the amenities that are important to you? Take a look at, we have a gridded typical that you can actually play with different options that are important and see how that impacts the curb line, see how it impacts the overall right-of-way of the corridor with those types of improvements. In the back, we have a plan view of the different 3 alternatives, what it looks like on a plan view along the entire length of the corridor. And in the final station, we actually have different types of amenities, streetscapes, features that could be incorporated. We'd like to get your feedback on what you like, what you don't like, and so that we can consider that as we go into the design process. The purpose here is to document your feedback, get your input about City Council as well as the citizens that are here with us tonight. We have comment sheets at the front that can also collect any physical comments that people want to write. And the goal is really to come out of this with a preferred alternative so that we can move forward and into that design process. So these are the three key members that you feel free to reach out to. But we have a number of design professionals and planning professionals that are here to interact with you today. There's at least 2 people at each station that really can have that conversation. So we ask that you kind of break up into do the stations maybe in a little bit different order so that we can get some great feedback and have some dialogue throughout the entire process. So that is the extent. I'll answer any questions before we get into that, or feel free to come down and join however you want to proceed.
I think we're ready to execute.
Okay, I said there's 4 different stations. Feel free to come down
Okay.
and join our team.
Sometimes, yeah, I'm not ignoring you.
I know you're a busy man.
I'm not drawn one. That one I could have sworn I told you. This one I wouldn't have any.
Right. I mean, it might be something here, but I was like, really? I was so shocked.
Yeah, that was so unexpected. It was like not even 2 weeks. I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. You did right. Did you get it right? Want me?
Greg. I don't think
mean,
Okay.
Sherry hasn't come.
All right, so.
She didn't call me last year either.
My So when I sent the Port City. Christopher sent.
Yeah, I don't know, we met.
It's not there because it's in the cloud. Download it, then copy it. It was my fault. So, I opened Christopher's email. Then I opened his file, just clicked on it. I did not download it. And I copied that image, which is there. It's in the cloud, it doesn't know what it is. And I put it in there, that's why it's a preview image. But I then downloaded it, copied, pasted, and I resent it. For the 25 retards that told me, oh, by the way, your image didn't appear. It was funny, HR called, and I'm like, I know what I did. And he goes, what are you talking about? We have a FOIA question. Oh, it's sign. HR
I mean, it's funny. It's not.
Free car wash. Alliance. Inside or outside? I have one of those non-freeze handles, for the faucet. And when you turn it on, there's a crack in it. When you turn it off, it shuts off. So I guess because in that, it actually stops the water way back in the house. So you're about this long. So it cracks like right here. So as soon as I turn the water off, it stops. But I got it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you go with a whole bunch of emails. All the buildings going up in Lane. Sure. Who else did you send to the site? Just send it to me.
No, I sent it like weeks ago. I sent it weeks ago.
Oh. Can you resend that email to me to prove that you did?
Well, because I don't want to forget. You didn't, I'm not, what are we supposed to do?
I'm trying to update the website. What's going in.
Oh, yeah, these, that's supposed to be about,
Yeah.
but like,
We also need to know whether you guys want to do this campaign. Economic development campaign. Which do you guys want?
I wasn't, but I would wait for me. He was like,
I know, because I was like, Julie normally sends us stuff we need.
yeah, I said it that, like, if
That's why I'm thinking we probably did send
if you
that.
guys want me to be that person, I'm like, please, because I'll do it.
Make sure the others are reviewing and giving us, because I think we just missed an ad opportunity. The big one. So, economic development, it's a magazine that talks about all this whole area. We missed it because we don't have it.
Well, just include me on the email.
I'll use that list.
Yeah, 'cause I like to. I sent it on January 6th.
Hey, you do?
Ryan, Donahue, and Charlie.
That's it.
Who else am I? There was nobody else who's these.
You don't have Z, just say it.
I have besties.
So I now know why they didn't get it. Because you sent it to the three people. I missed it. So
No, it's okay. I think on January 6th, I didn't know. I didn't know that was before
always
me and Steve.
include Angel, because Angel's, she's more economic development. Focus right there. So.
Okay. Well, and I don't have, I think Steve wants the slides, which
just torques me. I mean, I understand parties. Well, yeah, you just go there, two people, so by the gratuity's already in the thing. You're like, because yeah, it does.
It's not as common as the waitress to be a waitress. She'd be like, it'd be just as nice as they could meet you in your face and get on the move, and then they run out the door.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Whenever you lose, yeah, you're responsible for the table. All right, thanks for resending. Since you oh, you did you see it and Angela didn't?
I got more.
Increase the price, Warren.
I'm 670. 670 pounds.
At least it's outside. It's outside, you just gotta dig it out.
There's no presentation.
Just start at 5.
Okay.
We can have a campaign. Why don't we do a touch of light in Old Town? Lick your finger and touch a light. Or we'll call it the bucket. It can be a bucket challenge. Because you get a half a bucket of water and stand in it and touch the ball.
Like this. Pretty on the streets, very visible, so you can see people drive.
Yeah. Anything special?
So who put them in? London? I think the people in London put them in because they were thinking it's 220. I'm still very.
You've been working so hard to come into our place.
I was going to plug it into the wall.
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about. You got me here to show me all this exciting stuff. Now I want to go start this tomorrow. I was going to say, when do you want it done? I want it as soon as possible.
That's the reaction you don't want.
Well, they won't let us construct it. Well, you can go ahead and try to construct it. You don't get to.
All of it's big stuff. But make no small plans. We making big plans. We making big plans. Look. I don't know. That's the sound. I heard that. We're thinking big here, right? I mean, this is transformation. Well, I mean, I get excited about that. I know you engineering people, y'all all better. You gotta have process. I know that. I mean, this guy, man, he's got like everything figured out.
I appreciate the confidence. We're yes, we're talking about sometime. I'm thinking, we're talking luckily by the end of the year. By the end of the year, we'll have potentially another public hearing. Oh, I got tons of green. Spring, but that target for the advertisement is what we need to focus on. We have to get the 60% done to be able to go to 90. Not a council.
Ladies and gentlemen, no, hold on. I need to make a statement. We want to bring all of the council members back on, up to the dais so that we can go ahead and adjourn the meeting. Folks are welcome to stay and continue conversation, but in the interest of time and the weather report, we wanted to be mindful of making sure that we got everybody out if they wanted to leave at this time, okay? So if I could ask my colleagues to come forward, we can formally adjourn the meeting.
Have your instructions.
Once again, thank you all for attending tonight. This time, we have no additional business. Therefore, this meeting is adjourned. Have a good evening.